Hey guys, welcome aboard this little flight. Haven't flown Flight Simulator in quite some time. Um, so I just picked up this aircraft yesterday as the SR22, as you can see, the GTS model. It's made by Carenado. I own quite a few of their aircraft, and they are pretty good for payware. GTS X. So I took off from my home airport and we're just headed to France. Believe it or not, just south. I'm on the east coast of Canada, and just south of this island, there is two more islands. Well, one island, but it's connected by a long peninsula. Saint Pierre and Miquelon. It is. It's a territory of France, believe it or not, even though it's on the other side of the ocean. So we're just started our descent in. I'm just going to level off at 12,000. We're still 27.8 nautical miles out. I've already set up my approach for runway 26. 108.9 is the ILS frequency. We had 27.1 to the fix of ILS 26. Yeah, this aircraft is quite realistic. Everything works. There are some bugs with the FMS here. I watched a couple of videos and we're saying, like, I can click on just on the Garmin here and it just brings up a pop-up, but I don't really like doing that. Where I use TrackIR, I like to have everything touchable as if it was in real life. So currently, yeah, we're on nav. But one little issue I've had, and I must have did something, it's only the second time I've flown with this aircraft, in the G1000. Okay, we have our checklist and stuff. And you can go run through your checklist, etc. Emergency, exit. We got our engine page. But I can't seem to can't zoom out the map. This is the range right here. And it should be able to, but it's not working. We'll stay on our FMS. We got a direct to and stuff, but our procedures, I've activated Victors to final. This is our flight plan. I don't want to get into, but once this here is, I can't get rid of the flight plan. Let me see. There. Clear. See, we have loaded in. Go select approach, but I've already got it loaded in. Activate approach. Now see hunt strip. I don't want that. I would have to repunch in the airport code. I don't want to do that. But yeah, I've you can see here 20 nautical miles range. Last night when I was flying this, it worked, but now it's not for some reason. All I can do is get into the engine page. And we got our fuel. But I can't get rid of this. Press the procedure key to view the previous page. Okay. Fuel add, I guess it's something that Flight Sim you can do, but I don't want to do that. I guess if you're running out of fuel, you can top up your fuel in here. But anyways, we are 16 miles out. I'm going to start our descent here into the clouds. We should break out about 5,000. If I'm not mistaken, what I should listen to our weather. I'm going to slow it down a bit here. I've got indicating the speed, but I'm going to go down to about 45% power. 50. Going to slow down a bit, and I have to check something. Just have some. So I'm going to start our descent here now. I'm listening to my nav 1. So when the beacon sounds off, I should be able to switch over to the ILS. Right now I'm on GPS for the direct 2. Yeah, but the lights and everything working here, but I'll show you that in a bit. Dim the panel lights, brighten them. Gonna turn those off. I like the red glow. We got the sun setting. And I'm just gonna hold that speed 130 here. We're going to lose some altitude. We're going to go down to, we're going to go right down to 3,000 here now. So it automatically, as you can see here, it automatically sets your vertical speed. So right now I'm at 600 feet a minute. I could turn on the vertical speed, and I could adjust it how I like if I wanted to descend faster. So I'll just show you, because right now it's holding altitude and it just predetermined your vertical speed, either up climbing or down. So 3,000 feet. So I'm going to put on our vertical speed. Let's see that there, and we'll watch right here. You get the blue icon. It's not doing it though. It was doing it earlier. When you hit altitude here, see it reassigns. But when I get down to 3,000, so that should be fine. We're still actually we're 5 miles out and I'm pretty high here. That's fine. What I will do is I'm going to select our heading, and we're just going to do a right bank here. Time. I'm going to reset, and we're going to start. I'm just going to do a turn to the north here. Probably go out 2 minutes, just so we can lose some altitude. I thought I was out further. Should have been down way before, but I got sidetracked talking in this video. Yeah, so I'm not sure why that vertical speed, it should not sure why it's not doing it now. Did it earlier. Every time you hit altitude, it resets it to your current altitude. That's fine. So it automatically is descending at 650. So we're almost coming up to 2 minutes on our northbound turn. Being this far out, we should be able to pick up our nav. Not sure why. Not sure why it's not picking up. It should be able to pick up our iOS right now. Nav 1. Should be one there for Loke. Not sure why that's not picking that up. And it switches. Always goes to Nav 2 for some reason. Yeah, I keep forgetting that the blue box is not what's active. I should have known that because I had the same thing happen. So you can see now, picked up our iOS. So we are traveling away from it. So I just wanted to ident that. We'll turn that back off. So we've been on this northern leg for, about 4 minutes now. So I'm just going to turn downwind. We're still out 5 minutes or so. Yeah, 4.5 minutes. And we're coming into some IMC as we're descending in. So yeah, we're just gonna slow down a bit here. Turn off our speed. You can see we're still pretty high, so as we travel further away here now and losing altitude, see our glide slope come up. Once we get below it, turn back in. Stop, reset, start, and I'm going to just turn in. I'm going to turn south because we flew out for almost 4 minutes, so got lots of time to get down from 6,800 feet. 13 miles out, so should be fine. A little bit more right. It's pretty thick clouds. Just watching for our glide slope, and once we get in, I'm just going to hit the approach. It should turn us on track. I'm just waiting for our glide to come up. Two and a half minutes back inbound, so we'll soon start to see that creep center. So you can see it's starting to move now, but what I'm going to do, you can see our glide is coming up a bit. So basically when this comes in the center, our runway is out that direction. But I need to get our glide up a bit. I need to get below it and slowly creeping up. Reset. Should be good now. I'm just going to we're going to turn downwind. And the further away we get, the quicker that'll come up, because I'm still losing altitude. So I'm going to be at 3,000 feet. So now we are on glide. So once we straighten out here, I'll make my left-hand turn back, and we've broken through the layers. So all right, now you can see that we're below it. We're going to turn back in. I'm going to cut the angle off a bit. You'd want to turn full 90 degrees. We'll lose some speed. And I am going to activate our approach. So once we, still on heading, but once we get closer, it will disable heading and turn us on approach. So you can still manually, I could actually turn off heading and fly manually, and it would take over. It's doing it now. See, we're on heading is gone, and we're on autopilot approach. And our altitude is still holding until this comes back down, and then it will lock us into the glide and bring us to the runway. Alright, landing lights, everything is still on. We are 7.2 miles from the runway. You see, as we're getting closer now, our glide slope is coming back down. I'm going to slow down a bit. You might see the runway coming up shortly. Just pick out the island. And we're going to go 1-notch flaps. Good. Watch our speed. Still holding 3,000 feet. But this will soon, once this hits the center, like I was saying, it will disable our altitude. Starting to get the field in sight. It's going to be a touch and go, so I'm going to go full flaps. So we get a little bit of a crosswind. 10 knots from our 2 o'clock, you can see right here. I see traffic out there, but it's off in the distance. So you can kind of see it's kind of off. I'm just going to turn off our autopilot. Should be able to just fly it in. We're just going to do a touch and go. Yeah, we got the runway made. Power to idle. All right, full power. Well guys, that was just a little flight in the SR22. Hopefully you enjoyed, and see you later.